Well, here once again at my Monday class, relaxing, waiting to, fix the camera angle. There we go. Waiting to start class. I have about an hour before that happens. Let me tell you a story. I believe I already talked about I lived a large part of my young adult life with a facade. I had a facade that I had created, a logical facade that I had created because I shut down or buried my emotions. So for 10, 11 and a half, maybe even 12 years, I don't remember the date or the year anymore, I wasn't living a lie, but I was living and going through life incomplete. And that's the emotions I didn't use. Sure, I displayed emotion, but I displayed logical emotion. If whatever I'm saying doesn't make sense, hopefully by the end of the video, I'll get to the main points and then it should come together for you. So, I used what was expected by society. If there was a clever comment or joke made, then I would laugh, ha ha ha. But it was a fake laugh. There wasn't any real emotion behind it, because my real emotions were buried. They were put away, they were not so much segregated, but they were oppressed. That's the word I want to use. Repressed and oppressed, just like that. And within these past 3 years, because it's now 2016, it's actually now Monday, July 18, 2016. Oh, it's Comic-Con week. Yeah. I couldn't get any tickets for Comic-Con, so I feel bad. So, within these past 3 years, almost coming up on 4 now, I have brought them back up. I have released my true blue emotions. And so, after these 3 years, when I first released them, I released them slowly. And then maybe after a year, I let everything else go. There was already cracks in the case, in the container I had them in. I guess you can refer to Pandora's box. There was cracks in the box, and the strong emotions, the intense ones, were already leaking out. Anger, sadness, despair, those kinds of negative emotions, even some darker ones too. And I fell into a low point in my life. I'm much better now, but it feels that my mind, my logic, has matured to that of a 34-year-old, but my emotions are still 24 years old. So I was about 24 and 25 years old, maybe even earlier, 23, when I put the emotions in the box and I put them away. And so obviously without having those there, using only logic, my logical mind matured as the years went by. But my emotions, cut off from the world, they remained in the same condition. So when I brought them out, When I brought them out, it was these immature little kids running around, and then my logic has to babysit them. Okay, so this is how I see it now. I denied myself. Boom. I stunted my emotional growth. I did that to myself. And so now I have my logical self, my logical mind, holding the hands and babysitting these young emotions. I didn't give myself a chance to mature with my emotions as everyone will eventually, as everyone does. So it's going to be a very long time before my emotions will mature. Maybe even catch up to the rest of my life. I mean, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. This is a milestone compared to other things I've accomplished in life for myself. This is a self-development milestone. And suffice it to say, it's because of that, because of how big it is causing me a lot of trouble, difficulty. I mean, all the positives are, this is the most social I've ever been. I'm not so afraid to talk to random strangers anymore. You know, I can approach someone cold. It's called a cold approach. We could be in the bank line. I'll strike up a conversation. We could be sitting down in the DMV waiting room, and I can strike up a conversation. Especially to women. Especially to women. Men, boys, men, we can have trouble talking to a woman. We can have trouble for that. You know, talking to women outside of our relatives, our mom, our sister, our cousins. It can be a scary thing. But I can give you guys something to, you know, to help you with that. When you talk to someone like that, you talk to a woman, expect nothing, and have her feel that you are not trying to take value. That's gonna take some explaining, but not in this video. So as it stands right now, my emotional state is becoming more calm, and we could even say stable. But I'm still on this roller coaster. I'm still on a roller coaster. I can listen to all the audio files, watch all the videos, read books, but this is the highest right now my self-esteem and my self-confidence has ever been in my whole life. The highest it's ever been. Because I feel it's coming from in here now. Not because I have my homies with me, I have an entourage of support behind me, which I never really had anyway. But it feels good that it's coming from in here. It comes from in here. The self always comes through. And maybe it's because I am older, and because I got older, I don't care anymore, or it doesn't affect me anymore, or I tell myself that I will be okay. I will be okay. So it turned into a belief. If I'm doubting myself, I tell myself I will be okay. I will wake up the next morning and I will be okay. That's a hard thing for me. If any of you agree with me, then we're on the same page. But that's a hard thing to do sometimes, hard thing to accept. That you will be okay. I put out only 3 rows of chairs this time because the white belt class is starting to level out. People are not showing up. But then again, it's summer. So I can already assume, I'm already assuming the best, that people are on vacation. It's summer. You know, they'll come back eventually. Oh, there was a, I'll end with this. There was a statement I heard, and it clicks. It resonates with me. Yeah. When you are doing something you're passionate about, and then you have to leave for whatever reason, the passion will always bring you back. It will always bring you back. And you know, my passion for Taekwondo keeps me with this job. Otherwise, I would have left this job and start doing office work. Something not so much boring, but mundane. Sure, it could be safe, it could have decent pay, but then it wouldn't excite me to go to work. Here, I'm always excited to go to work. And my passion has brought me back to training too. I went back to training. So the passion always brings me back. The passion always brings you back. And I have students who, you know, they're gone for a while, but when they come back, they're like, I'm gonna come back. And about about half of them do. Or I'll get students who are away, and when they come to visit, they come to visit moi. Or they come to the class to train again. The passion always brings you back. And all of a sudden, I started to feel better about, I started to feel better about people students who left, but then the ones who came back, because again, the passion brought them back. Yeah. Alrighty. It's about time for me to open up shop. Okay, gotta get myself stretched out first, and then we'll see. Alrighty. Whee!